Hello and welcome to the Pandemic Pantry. Today we're going to be making sourdough brownies. The recipe is an amalgamation of recipes that I found online and in books, and one technique that I have to give thanks to a Tasty video for. You'll see that technique later on. Alright, clear away that recipe book. I'll need it later, but you won't. And replace it with some whiskey. Whiskey is really important for making proper brownies. It really helps the cook relax and keep up those energy levels that are going to be needed for the mixing. I like brownies that have a slightly crunchy, cake-like edge and a smooth, fudgy interior. And that is what these brownies deliver in spades. Start out by putting 150 grams of butter into a bowl. And then 200 grams of milk chocolate. Foil is pretty, but doesn't really help the flavor, so make sure you take off all of the foil. Now melt those two together gently on a double boiler, also known as a bain-marie. While that melts, get another bowl and add 160 grams of sourdough. This should be just at or past its prime. Two eggs. A sip of whiskey for the chef. $280 grams of sugar. And 40 grams of natural, as opposed to Dutched, cocoa powder. Natural has more cocoa flavor, and we're going for a level of chocolate that is just on the edge of absurd. If you're astute, you might have noticed that my notebook listed 80 grams of cocoa powder, which I used in a test batch. That was too much. Learn from my mistake. Finally, 4 or 5 grams of vanilla extract. Let's mix everything together now. Because this is everything. Nothing has been forgotten. And now we mix. And mix. And mix. This is hard work. How about a life-boosting tonic? Oh, whiskey is the life of man. Always was since the world began. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, up aloft this yard must go. John, rise her up from down below. I thought I heard... Oops, don't forget about the melting butter and chocolate. Let it melt gently, then cool down some. And then back to the mixing. We want the sugar well dissolved and some air incorporated into the batter. Time for some more water of life. I really should have used my stand mixer. Alright, almost there. Add in the melted chocolate and whisk some more. Done! Now a little reward. Alright, I wanted a lot of crispy edges, and so I thought I'd try out doing this like cupcakes. That should give a nice ratio of edge to fudgy center. Also, using cupcake papers, is that what they're called? Either way, using these little cups saves on cleanup. Wait, what's that doing there? Oh no, I forgot the salt. About 2 grams of salt. And guess what? Mix again. Okay, now we have the full recipe together. Dollop out using whatever you have at hand, and fill each cup about halfway up. Bake in a 175 degrees Celsius oven for about 15 minutes. While you're waiting, finish your whiskey. You deserve it. After 15 minutes, pull out the brownies and smack them on the counter. They aren't done yet, but they have risen in the pan and we don't want that. To be fudgy, they need to collapse back down. So give them a good smack. This is the technique from the Tasty video, by the way. Ten more minutes in the oven, and then pull them out. And this part is hard. Let them fully cool. Once they're cool, you'll have these incredibly gooey, chocolatey brownies with a slight tang from the sourdough. Probably the best brownies that I've had for a very long time. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Your subscription keeps me going much better than the whiskey does. This has been the Pandemic Pantry. Stay safe.